topic that we have right now behind me says it all. It's about Kerala startup stories. We have a very distinguished panel. Four exciting entrepreneur stories that we have. I would like them to actually open this topic up by briefly introducing themselves. Krishnan, would you like to talk about your story very briefly?
Yeah, my name is Krishan. I'm the CEO of this company called Waybeo. We are a B2B SaaS company. We primarily work in the automobile sector. We help automobile manufacturers to track phone calls between their customers and dealers across locations, across customer journey. Today, our call tracking platform serves about 22 locations and stores across India.
Hi all. I run a company called Enfin Technologies. I started nearly 13 years back. We specialized into unified communication solutions. We started as a services company, but during the mid of 2016, we launched our B2B e-learning platform, which actually serves the tutors and educational organizations to launch their own learning app. Any tutors or any educational organizations can start their own learning app similar to Byju's on their own branded app. So, that particular business got acquired by an Irish company nearly 2 years back. And right now, I exited from there, and from the last around 6 months, I have been focusing on the services business I'm actually running. So, which mainly into unified communications and other AI-related services, what we are right now focusing on. Thank you.
Afzal, can you just briefly touch upon your story?
Myself, Afzal, I'm heading currently the medical division of Genrobotics. So, Genrobotics started as a student startup long back in 2017, and we were mainly into robotics and AI. Especially in sectors called clean tech, healthcare, and oil and gas. So currently we have portfolios in clean tech. It's a product called Bandicoot that actually helps the sanitation workers to clean the manholes efficiently. And in oil and gas, we use robotics and AI for their oil tank cleaning purposes and all. And the same technologies we used in clean tech industry as well. And recently we pivoted into healthcare. That is mainly using these robotics and AI into healthcare, especially in physical and medicine rehabilitation department of our health sector. And we launched a product called G-Gator that is specially for providing advanced robotic gait training for people who are having paralysis due to stroke, spinal cord injury, and similar neuro disabilities. And last October, we launched the product into the market, and we focused in Kerala, and we have good response from the market and all. And regarding the company's growth, from an 8-member of team, we have grown to 350 plus employees currently from Kerala, and that's it.
Yeah, Sharik, please briefly about your journey.
Yeah, hi everybody. I'm Sharik Shamsudeen. I run a startup called Market Feed. So the entire mission is to help people win and succeed in the stock market. Currently, we build a product with which users can automate option trading strategies in their account. With Market Feed, users can try to make higher returns with their portfolio. Obviously, it comes with high risk as well because we deal in options trading, right? We're based in Bangalore, and very interesting that we're going to talk about startup stories from Kerala. But we are a story where we started in Kerala, but we had to move to Bangalore for multiple reasons, probably which we will cover in the session. We are nearly 50 people. The team is nearly 50 people now. We've been growing at a fairly good rate of 25% month on month for the existence that we had. We've raised $2.5 million as a seed round. We were incubated in Y Combinator, so I am really proud to say that we are a company from Kerala serving Keralites and then being selected for Y Combinator. So that's something that we are always proud about. But yeah, but then unfortunately we had to move to Bangalore, which again should be discussed today. Yeah, so that's about me, and I also have a presence on YouTube. I have 1.3 million followers on YouTube where I speak about personal finance, stock market, entrepreneurship for that matter. So yeah, looking forward to this. But I'm really not sure about if we are even audible to you. More importantly, we are not really able to hear ourselves as well. But yeah, looking forward to this. Yeah.
Right, okay. I'll just open up this topic because if you see Kerala's history, 40 years ago, the Kerala government has set up a body called Keltron, which is probably India's first electronic cluster, which built a number of electronic products in the 80s and 90s. So we'd really had a head start. But I'm not sure why we couldn't capitalize on this, whereas other states, especially our neighbors like Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, they were able to grow substantially in the subsequent years, whereas we actually got stuck somewhere and really didn't progress after that. There could be a multitude of factors behind that, but clearly, we are not short of support. If you see the support that the Kerala government is offering the startups, we really can't complain. I mean, this is more support that is offered from Kerala to entrepreneurs than probably Karnataka or Tamil Nadu, where the industry has taken the lead. We see the growth of Bangalore or Hyderabad as a tech destination, the industry which has done it, not the government. So I really feel it's about the idea and not the place from where we operate. If the idea is great and the total addressable market size is substantial, there is no reason why we cannot produce big startups out of Kerala. I think one major factor could be the audaciousness of our ambitions. If you see, and we don't even have a single unicorn out of Kerala, right? I mean, technically there is Open, but Open is still functioning out of Bangalore. We only have a registered office in Kerala. So we don't have a single unicorn. Baiju Ravindran, probably the poster boy of Indian startup ecosystem, is also in Bangalore. So how do we create, because ultimately we need heroes, right? I mean, the IT system in Bangalore happened because Narayan Murthy happened, Asim Premji happened, and from them, a number of other leaders got inspired and they also grew. Likewise, Kerala also needs a set of heroes that people can emulate. Hopefully, we have some of them here on stage as well. I would like to ask each of you, why do you think Kerala is probably not at the cutting edge of innovation or the startup ecosystem? What is pulling it back and what are the opportunities? I'll start with Sharik.
Right. No, I think a startup's default mode is struggling to staying alive. Right. That is what a default mode itself. So when you are struggling to stay alive, you want to reduce variables which are risks, which could kill you. You want to increase the probability of staying alive, staying successful. And I strongly believe a really good team is a single most largest moat a company could have, a strong team. And when someone leaves or when you need to hire someone new, you need to do it very quickly and you need to get someone really nice, fast. So you need to increase the probability of that happening. So the probability of that to happen, is it higher in a hub like Bangalore or Hyderabad, or is it higher in Kochi or Trivandrum? It is not subjective, it is an objective, logical answer. It is in Bangalore because it has become a hub. So for that reason, we cannot blame any startups going out and operating out of a hub, because every startup founder, they are operating with their personal interest and they want to increase their probability of success. So there is no attachment to a motherland or a mother tongue. I mean, it's all statistical. statistically everyone's trying to win. So there's no question about that. So the question becomes then why is Kerala not a hub? And that is where we need to think about how did Bangalore become Bangalore? Right, so you rightly mentioned heroes that we could look up to. But then we have to start from IASC. So IASC was set up back in the day in Bangalore, and that's when there was great talent in Bangalore. Then industries or MNCs started setting shops in Bangalore, and that's how the culture started working there. Then we should think about Hyderabad. See, 15 years ago, Hyderabad was never sexy, right? No one wanted to, or really wanted to go to Hyderabad and work maybe. So now Hyderabad is aspirational. They became aspirational in the last 10, 15 years. So they did something right. And what did they do right? I think it's all about policies and the government doing the right things, subsidizing, inviting companies, giving them space. And that is not a really right thing to speak about sitting in Kerala. I mean, I'm basically questioning the deep socialist roots that we have. I mean, being capitalistic is probably what we need. We need to invite enterprises, we need to give them space, and that is when probably Kochi will become aspirational. That's my call. Kochi has to become aspirational, it has to become a heterocultural place to live. That is when people would come. I mean, I want senior leaders in India to be excited about an opportunity in Kochi, which is not happening today. I mean, say even if some of us grow so big that we need to hire an amazing leadership team. So we call someone who is amazing, who is based out of Delhi, and we offer a letter saying that, hey, you will be working out of Kochi. We need to wait for a day he'll be excited about coming to Kochi. That has to happen. When that happens, talent pool would be available in Kochi. Probably everything will be available in Kochi. And as you rightly said, we'll start unicorns building out, operating out of Kerala and Kochi. So if you look at statistics, there are great Malayali founders. And there are Malayali founders who build out unicorns as well. You rightly said, I mean, we have Anish Achudan from Open, we have Byju's from Byju's, then we have ID, and we have Fresh to Home, we have Ajit Mohan Karimana from Furlango. So there are big national brands built by Keralites, but not operating from Kerala. So there is no question about talent, there's no question about capability. It's about do we have opportunities to build it out from Kerala? So that's the only question. So I think a lot of things have to change culturally, politically. Probably then we'll see changes.
Thanks, Sharik. I'll ask Krishnan to build on that. Picking up from the last point he mentioned. I mean, world over, right? There is no question that Malayalis are present as CEOs and founders, whether it's in the US, Europe, Singapore, wherever it is, even within India. But you don't see them building their enterprise within Kerala, obviously. You can't see them. According to you and from your experience, why is it that we don't have the confidence to pull it off here? Because from whatever I am seeing, the support from the governmental ecosystem is right. Yet, the founders or the entrepreneurs don't have the will or the courage to say, okay, I'm going to build this from Kerala. I'm going to, set an example for the future entrepreneurs. I don't see that. Why do you think that that's the reason?
I think from my company perspective, ASUM and government has been very supportive. Any startup, we got all the support from them right from the just based on the business plan that we submitted. We were offered 25 lakhs as seed loan back in 2011, and in 2015, back then the finance minister was K. Mani sir, who launched a program called Kerala Startup Entrepreneurship Development Mission. As a part of it, we received again 20 lakhs as an interest-free loan for 6 years. And then we were in the incubation space. Now we got into the scale-up space. I think all the support that possibly any startup could receive from the government, we got all of that. I think, I have no complaint against the government or, Startup Mission on that, and we are very, very grateful to the government and Startup Mission. The problem I see when I look at other entrepreneurs is that, I think a lot of that, you are taught to limit yourself right from your childhood, right? That is a big problem that I see. Unless and until you dream big, you cannot go big. But then there's a question, how do we think of a global problem sitting in Kerala? To that, I don't really have an answer unless and until you go there, get that exposure. But yes, you have abundance of tech, you have the support from government, but from a thought process, building a global product is a challenge I still see, because people are taught to limit themselves right from their home. That's the biggest challenge I see.
Ayyappan, I would want to take off from that, because again, like I think what he was mentioning was the societal norms and pressures that you have. For example, as a society, we don't encourage risk-taking, and we certainly don't appreciate failures, right? I don't think that I think most families in India, or rather Kerala, wouldn't want you to be a failure in the front of society. I was mentioning this. There are many startups across Kerala who don't wind up. Even when they are undergoing massive stress, they know there is no point in going forward, but they don't wind it up because of the societal stigma that gets attached, right? I mean, as a failure. Because we are not very kind to failures, right, as a society. Is that a major stumbling block as far as entrepreneurship in Kerala is concerned?
Okay, as to add to like what Sharif has also said, I'll talk about the mindset of the people here. So mostly Malayalis. So when we dream, we only do realistic dreams. Okay, so to add to that, kind of like even in my case also, so when we kind of, we got an opportunity, as I said, like our product got acquired, okay. So during that time, so we had an opportunity for raising the funds as well. So, but like, to be frank, like I just looking for a realistic side, and what happens like if the funding, after raising the funds, like it doesn't work properly as it is. So that's why like I accepted that offer and the product got acquired. So here, like as Sharif said, so even like more people are from Kerala, like moving to other cities and all. So here, like I don't think here we don't have the support and all. As Krishnan said, we have the all kind of supporting ecosystem and everything. Like it's all about the mindset, how we need to take it up. That's it. So we also have the people who dream big, like Yusuf Ali. All these people are basically like, even we got stories, like we have like Kalyan stories and all. So these guys, like obviously they dream big than a kind of a realistic dream, right? So most of the people, what I feel is like whenever like I usually talk with the startups from Kerala, so they always in a stigma that like whether it is workout or not, like whether I can take the risk. So if I take the risk, like what if I fail? So what my society or what my parents will think of. That's the sometimes like that kind of mentality is always there. So we can't restrict it only to the Malayali startups or Kerala startups. It's everywhere. But like to be frank, like on the mindset side, if we take on the Kerala, like we always think about a realistic dream. In my case also, like I do that. But like we have to dream big and go for that.
Afzal, before I come to you, we are on the topic of risk-taking, and you are in the space of risk-taking, right? And you would have closely observed how the Kerala society responds to risk, right? From your perspective, what makes an average Malayali reticent towards entrepreneurship or risk-taking or a certain mindset of not wanting to dream that audacious dream, right? Why do you think that's the case? Because you are in that space.
A lot of it can be equated to exposure, I would say, because I don't agree to the fact that Malayalis have been staying away from entrepreneurship. If you look at the north of Kerala, practically every family, everyone's a businessman. You go to Dubai, every cafeteria, every supermarket, every pharmacy is run by a Malayali. You go to Bangalore, every other bakery is run by a Malayali. So it is there in the blood. I mean, but most of the times it's not a choice. So when entrepreneurship becomes a choice is when they become audacious, they become ambitious. But when it is not a choice, but it is the only thing to do because he is good at nothing else, that is the default today, probably the kind of people I talked about. They never excelled in anything else, they couldn't do anything else, and their family could set up something for them, a shop, and that's why probably they're setting up a shop. So ambitious and audacious dreams come from exposure. Probably, I'm sure that's where all the grassroots works of KSUM can help. Events like Huddle can help. Stories like what we are talking here could help, right? So those could, see, what happened with me is when I got out of college, I used to read every single article on your story and Inc. 42, and I've read your articles as well. Like every single article, trying to understand. I could take part in a quiz regarding any startup, their funding rounds, their founders, their history. I could tell everything. So that was the exposure which helped me. So then I started dreaming big. So I believe exposure is what we should add. That basic thing is there, I believe, with stigma to a large extent isn't there. I believe, that's what I believe. Stigma wouldn't be that big. So you just have to sprinkle some more exposure and make the dreams a bit more larger, and I think wonders can happen. But again, say, it might not happen in Kerala. They might still move out, but yeah, things can happen.
Thanks, Sharik. Afzal, because you're a co-founder of Genrobotics, which is originally into solving the problems of manual scavenging, which I thought an excellent product, an excellent idea which succeeded. Later you pivoted, right? You are more now into the healthcare space. Do you think often enough entrepreneurs in Kerala, they don't pivot at the right time? Because sometimes it's possible that the product is not working, and it's okay to accept that rather than just hold on to it and keep suffering. There's a time when you have to pivot, right? Do you think as entrepreneurs we don't pivot at the right time?
Basically, what happens is that before developing a product, like mostly in hardware sector, when if you don't do the proper research or the proper niche, it's very challenging. We can't do it once first we start developing and selling to the market. It's not the right way. So it's very important to get the market niche and this thing when coming to the hardware segment. And when coming to our story, actually we didn't pivoted into other segment due to the issue in the other product. Actually what happened is we started with the exoskeleton from the college. So what happens is that when that exoskeleton at that moment, it was not right at that market time. It was more advanced into the, what we can say, into the health sector and military, construction and all. So we thought of making into reality and make it more implementable into the market. So in meanwhile, that journey, we came to understand that the problem of this manual scavenging. So we given all our thoughts and innovation into solve that problem. And we never left that our idea of exoskeleton into put this thing into something else. So that's how this spin-off happened. The Bandicoot actually helped us to grow, to become a research, robotics and AI research company. And this healthcare is a value product that happened of the long-term research that we done. And that's the ultimate thing, I think.
Yeah, that's in your case, right? But overall, if you look at it, how important it is to pivot at the right time? That was my question.
The basic thing what we should have is that the core technology, what we have developed. So that is our ultimate investment, that whatever we have to do. So it should be have a backup, and it should be have a plan B always. That's what I want to say. So that should be the like a kind of strategy that we should have. So pivoting into something is something like we do as a backup, something like that. So it's not a decision that we need to stop that and start the thing. That's not normally happens. It should be always a backup, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll just add to that since you asked pivoting. So one reason why you have to do it is quite often when you start something from college, you really don't know the market size of what you build. It's probable that your market size is too small, and you reach a point where you realize that then there is a bigger market that you can go either through expansion or through pivoting. So that's when you realize that you need to pivot. So it's a lot related to the TAM and the market, rather than the technology. That's how we did it. For us, we started as a very simple product where somebody who is visiting a website can call from the website and talk to the business. But it was a very small product, and the market was too small for that. The moment we got realized, we pivoted completely into call tracking, which was a very, very big market. So from my perspective, the time to pivot is that when you realize you have a bigger market to chase after, that's when you need to start pivoting.
No, exactly, because some people hit that product market fit right early enough, and some people don't. The realization that your product is not fit for the market can't be based on ego, but it's basically should be on the viability of the project. Sometimes entrepreneurs can miss that, right? Okay, I'll just turn to Ayyappan. I mean, we all know that Kerala does not have a large venture capital community or an angel fund community, which is largely based out of Bangalore and maybe NCR and Bombay as well. But do you see the lack of a very strong venture capital community in any way detrimental to the growth of startup ecosystem in in Kerala?
No.
Or you think it's just that we are not making use of that because after all, Bangalore is just a flight away. We can always meet people
Yes,
in
yes.
thing. But I've heard people talk about, we don't have a ecosystem of venture capitalists around us, so we don't have that. We can't just go across to a cafe and discuss the ideas. Is that an excuse or is it a real problem?
No, I don't think we face such an issue actually. So it's, as previously said, it's based on the mindset. How we reach out to the investors and how we reach out to the mentors or whatever it is, actually, even for the customers also. It doesn't matter where you're located, to be frank. So in our case also, when I was trying to raise the funds for our product, at least I have met nearly 30 to 40 investors, which includes VC as well as angels as well. So I got a commitment from roughly around 4 to 5 people. So it's a decent conversion rate, I would say. But it's up to me whether how many people I have to approach, right? It's up to you. So even during our product acquisition also, so I'll tell you one more thing. So even though I was about to close the fund, raise the funds, so during that time only the COVID got hit. So at that time what happened is we got some inbound inquiries of acquisition from 2 more companies, which is one is based in Noida and one is based in Bangalore. Okay, so we were in a discussion, but somehow we got a discussion of roughly around 3 months, but somehow it got cancelled and I call it off at the time of signing the term sheet. But during that time, I had a discussion after 2 weeks, I had a discussion with one of my client, and I said I call it off this particular deal, and I don't know what happens next. So immediately he asked, are you ready for an acquisition?
Okay.
So when I opened up,
Yeah.
so he started, he was actually thinking from last around 2 months, how he can ask to me whether are you ready for an acquisition or are you interested? So it's all about mindset, as I previously said, whatever things we want, we have to knock the door. We have to ask for it. So I don't think not having an VC ecosystem here in Kerala is affecting the startups. So wherever it is, like we have to reach out to them and get whatever we needed. That's it.
Right. Krishnan, I will come to you. About the talent availability, the talent pool that we have. A lot of startups say that while it is easy to hire at the junior level, entry level, it's much more tougher to hire for a mid-level or a senior level job, IT jobs, tech jobs. And you'll have to reach out to other parts of we probably go to bigger cities, etc. In your experience, what's been the, because I know that for the fact that you actually hire talent from Madurai and smaller towns, which I think is a fantastic way of looking at talent availability, because most often people look at talent only in the metros, Bangalore, wherever, Mumbai, wherever it is. But Soho has done that beautifully. Soho has actually been hiring from smaller towns and villages. Same thing can be done in Kerala too. So Krishan, what in your experience, how should we as Kerala, as a state, go about making sure that we hire the best talent and make optimum use of the talent availability within the state?
So we take two approaches here with respect to lateral entries and freshers. For the lateral hires, we look at this stretch from Thrissur, Ernakulam all the way to Madurai. We have a lot of employees who come from Madurai, Tirunelveli, Nagarkoil, even Kollam, Pathanamthitta, Rani. So that's one way. And typically what we follow is we look at LinkedIn where companies who are of the size 11 to 50 in these areas, and we do an outbound approach to them, talk about our value proposition, what expertise that we have, tried to get talents from these companies. That's the lateral strategy that we take. And we also hire freshers from the college, and we put them together and we do a training for them. And not just from top colleges, we also hire from a lot of colleges, those are in the remote parts of Kerala and Tamil Nadu. And that strategy has been working really well for us. I think that's how we do it.
So the general perception that there is not enough talent going around, so you're not in agreement with that perception, right? There is enough talent availability.
Definitely. I don't think there is an abundance of, I think there is enough talent that is available to build almost any tech that you can think. That's available for sure.
And even in areas of emerging tech like AI or digital, or machine learning or any of those areas, do you think we are able to actually get talent in those areas as well?
I think you would need some mentors who are experienced in those fields, but if you put those talents along with them, we can definitely build that. For example, we are working on a core technology called speech recognition, which is one of the hardest problem to solve. So, but we do have mentors abroad as well, and we have people who are working with those mentors alongside us. That's how we know we are building things happen.
Mm-hmm. Okay, right.
Just to add to Krishnan, regarding the talents, like if you take freshers, as you ask for the latest technologies, like how the upskill is happening right now from the college days also.
College days
yeah,
also.
Even from the final year students, like we have an initiative in Technopark itself, like kind of, their name is Mule. Yeah. So what they do is like they actually reach out all the engineering colleges and like other polytechnics and all. They upskill or like they provide similar like latest technology courses like AI, robotics and all this kind of stuff. So there are students are available who are skilled in the latest technologies and all. It's all about like they have to be started working with like the students have to be get ready to work with the startups as like they should take up the internships or such kind of opportunities are there like so even the startups have to be open for taking the internships and open to such kind of ecosystem will work it out. So but we haven't proper resources or like talents are available from even from the college pass outs also. That's what I feel.
Yeah, even I'd like to add something there.
Sure.
So absolutely there's no scarcity of talent in Kerala. Beautiful talent coming out of our schools and colleges. Even if you look into top tier institutes, we can see a lot of Malayalis studying there. But it is, I mean, at the same time, if they're ambitious, if they want to progress in their career, eventually they'll have to leave Kerala. So they start in Kerala, they do really well, and if they're ambitious, they'll have to leave Kerala. Now, you are a prime example, right? You, sir, you had to be at the helm of a great organization, and you had to leave Kerala to do that. So whoever is ambitious eventually are forced to leave out of Kerala, probably because there aren't, see, if they have to progress in their career, the career ladder, if you look at it, there aren't top opportunities with such pay available in Kerala. Plus, whatever logic I said for companies applies to individuals as well. See, if an individual is at a really good position, and if he loses that opportunity, what is the probability of getting a new opportunity at a similar pay scale or an even better pay scale? Is it better in a hub like a Bangalore or a Dubai or some other country, or Kochi or Trivandrum? Obviously another place, right? So everyone has their own selfish interest and they try to optimize their life for that. So when they become ambitious, so when you put talent and ambition together, they won't live in Kerala, unfortunately. Very few are left back. We can see a lot of them here on the stage, which is great. But if you look at statistics, more people are objectively, logically meant to go out. So combining talent and ambition is not great for the state in respect to what we are discussing today.
Absolutely, yeah, we can add to it.
So I have a different story to tell on this aspect.
Okay.
So we are basically into robotics, and that is very nascent when in the taking the sector of Kerala or in India. So we were in a challenge called we have to build that system, especially from our own. So what we have done is that we felt that there is a fundamental in everything to learn things like that for every aspect, if in coming to R&D or in any area. So we believe in one system called like we take people with passion on robotics and people who have the mindset to serve the society. So we see the basic quality in whoever is very aspiring to do the things. We give them training and we give the opportunity to work. So industrially what happened is that recently we have given an opportunity for 4 Canadian people to do the internship in here, Kerala.
Okay.
So that is something that we are trying to change in that aspect. So this is only, I feel this is a mindset, people to learn, the students to learn, and the right opportunity and platform is in our surrounding itself. We have to open our mind and find the best place. That's what I feel.
Okay. Now, one of the things that I keep hearing about Kerala and students, earlier, students from Kerala always went abroad to pursue education, especially into bigger cities. Now what I see is that by 18, most of them want to be located abroad. They're not hesitating to move into UK, Canada, US once they're 18. And we lose talent right there. And one of the things that they say is that Kerala does not have the lifestyle that we aspire for. I mean, so it's not just jobs but a certain lifestyle that we aspire for is not available in Kerala. Is it a factor at all? I mean, I open it up to any of you to answer this, but there's something of which I keep hearing. So I just want to ask you guys, is that a factor is lifestyle a factor, and what is the lifestyle that they want? I mean, what is happening in that scenario from your experience?
I think from a lifestyle, people talk a lot about nightlife, right? I think it's more of a freedom that they get than, pubs or parties or drinks or stuff like that. People should feel that freedom. I think for some reason we are lacking that. It is the reality. That's what I see it. And maybe people feel that freedom better in Bangalore or in other parts of the state. That's a reality.
The reality. I mean, you're saying that's a reality.
Yeah, like if you take recently we heard a news that like more than around 8,000 students are migrated to Canada and all. I don't think like all the 100% of those 8,000 students are gone only to build a career focused or like a study focused. Obviously, like a majority will be to have to be look for freedom as well as like a kind of a changing to the lifestyle as well. So, but like there are a good number of people or like students are aspiring to be stay back in Kerala. So those are like ready to take up even join with the startups also. So as I previously said, like there are a lot of initiatives are happening between like industry and academic tie-ups are happening to upskill the students. As one example is Mulearn, as I said, like there are a lot of other initiatives are also there. So the students, those who are taking it, those activities and upskilling more serious, then obviously they can get their openings in here itself. Yeah.
Yeah. So adding on to that, right? So Keralites wanting to stay back in Kerala is fine. We win when others want to come and settle in Kerala. That's when we win. Moral policing is real, right? Moral policing is real. Judging, the judgmental nature is real. So I did speak to people who, so what are the national institutes in Kerala? So we have NIFT in Kannur, we have NIT in Calicut, IIT Palakkad is fairly new, we have NUALS in Kochi, law school, right? So I have friends there, alumni from there, spoke to them. So one common trend there is every person studying in the National Institute, coming from outside Kerala, they want to leave Kerala somehow. They're not proud or happy about their life here. They want, no, I don't want to go into fight, or right now on the stage, let's not discuss into why they are feeling so, let's not nitpick the reasons. But that's the day I'm looking forward to, when they're really happy that they hear that, hey, I got IIM Kozhikode, I'm going to NIT Calicut, I'll have an amazing life in Calicut for 4 years. Let me even get a job there in Calicut or Kochi. So the day when that happens, we'll see Kerala becoming a metrosexual, a heterocultural society with people from different cultures coming together and talent pool available. And that's when, at the same time, if government invite and set up in MNCs or factories or organizations at the same time, that is I believe that's the utopia that I'm looking forward to. And it's not new, right? You look into Singapore. We never should compare it to Dubai. Singapore is a better example. Singapore was colonized, Dubai was not. So Singapore is a better example. So they have come a lot. Yeah. So it's all because a lot of culture coming together, government being open, culture coming together. That is what has to happen. And when that happens, it's not just startups in Kerala which will flourish. It will be businesses which are not termed as startups. It will be professionals. We wouldn't see our youth going out to other countries because we ourselves, or the lifestyle here itself is cool. So everything would change. So it is a larger cultural, political, societal change that we have to see. That is the solution. Yeah.
Also, like one more thing, we can't blame Kerala as a society for the brain drain. So it's a different topic altogether, but like one thing is parenting also matters. Parenting. Okay. So that's why like most of the people, most of the students are like migrating to other countries as well for more freedom. So it's not, we can't only blame. So we have the ecosystem, we have the proper resource. As he said, like we have the infrastructure. So how we utilize this, that's it.
So my opinion is that like everything should be there, like for people, different people will come, like with different mindset, different interest and all. But I think Kerala should be, people be loved by the Kerala's core qualities like the nature, by the weather, by the food culture, things like that. So these things should be the core thing that attracts other people to come here and stay here and do the things very peacefully. So people with mindset on the Western culture also has to be survived here. So everything has to be balanced. Yeah. So that is my opinion on this aspect.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you so much, Krishnan, Ayyappan, Afzal, and Sharik. It's a wonderful conversation. I mean, ultimately we are all passionate about the growth of Kerala. And I strongly believe that if Kerala has to progress, create more jobs, government can't do it, the industries can't do it, tourism cannot do it all. So it has to be startups. We have to have more entrepreneurs coming out of Kerala. We have to encourage that. We have to encourage risk-taking, failures, if we have to succeed. And I'm sure in the years to come, there will be companies coming out of Kerala which would aspire to become unicorns and eventually become unicorns and create thousands of jobs. On that positive note, let me close this discussion. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you.